Wow, I was voted out. It happens, you know. The circumstances were not great because, damn, like, seeing how squishy in hindsight that tribal council was and seeing how Layla, Xavier and Maxwell and myself were all playing so hard, definitely wasn't fun. I'm filming this at 7:19 in the morning, so understand that I'm getting this out real quick. That's why I'm talking fast. It's because, I want to get everything said. And I have a lot of thoughts too. This is my final words. Hi. Yeah, I love to do these because it provides some finality and also it breaks up my Org Confessionals playlist that I have going right now, which is kind of coming to an end, dare I say. With the conclusion of CharitORG for me, I'm kind of at a completeness. I find some closure with this because unlike Slowviver where I was kind of ripped out of the game, I was almost eased into this one. And coming 16th, I feel like I've done everything now, having come 20th, 16th, 10th, 8th, 6th, 2nd. So I've slowly got worse and worse, kind of, but that's because I feel like I've now built a reputation for myself almost. And also, I just play these games for a different reason now. When I first started playing Orgs, I was so wide-eyed, I was so cheery, I just wanted to be involved. And I think that got me through the game a little bit faster, a little bit better, because I had a passion to play and be competitive. Excuse me. I had that passion to be competitive, but now I have the passion to have fun. I've been a host around the way, simmering under the surface of me playing these games, and now I think I'm going to devote my attention to hosting Ladviver, which, spoilers, I think all my other hosts have kind of resigned, so I might be doing that all on my own, but if Matthew can do it in his Big Brother server, then so can I. Yeah. In hindsight, I'm sad. I think the biggest blindside regards to this season was not the fact... I just saw something's on. Anyways, sorry, I just noticed a button was on. I'm in the RDU studio right now. The biggest blindside for me was not the fact that I was voted out. I knew it was between me and Maxwell, and I had a weird feeling, and you kind of have to trust your instincts at this point. But also, I think the biggest blindside was really the fact that I was writing so much. I didn't realize that I was giving so much compared to everyone else, and I think the biggest sting, or at least what hurts the most kind of, is that I was one of the bigger characters. And for the sake of the hosts and the spectators, I say this humbly, by the way, at this point I've played so many orgs that I can objectively look back and just be like, okay, I see where I was. And I almost wonder if that scathing self-awareness is what is getting me in trouble, because I'm just so aware of where I am. Vulture said to me that I was 4th on the OG Neville tribe, and I've said that in my confessionals like 3 or 4 times. And I knew that as soon as Noah went home that it was not going to be good for me, but I tried my best and I can count on that, and I can be proud that I left the game with my head held high. But yeah, the biggest thing really was indeed the fact that I was writing so many confessionals and I was giving so much, and unfortunately my time has been cut short, so I feel bad. I feel bad because I wish I was able to give the hosts the season that I know they want. Or at least, it's interesting because I talk about org ability, and I had that big, I was sitting right in this chair actually talking about inactivity. But there is a fine line, and I think I've understood that fine line as this CharitORG season has ended for me. Because, lo and behold, I was writing so much, but that was because I felt I was doing so much. And so what I say is that as a community, we just need to understand the culture behind inactivity and, actually applying yourself to a game. I think that if you make a game move, you should talk about it in your confessionals, even if that's just one line, and yeah, I just think it's annoying when people don't give themselves to confessionals in the same way they give themselves to a game, because it's just not as satisfying, We do this all for fun, and it's not fun when people aren't giving the same amount of fun to it, and I just think that at this point I've been giving so much energy and, I've been manifesting so much into the universe that it's kind of throwing it back in my face at this point. So yeah, I just need to understand and realize that at this point maybe my energy would be best used elsewhere. And maybe I'm like my power, I talked ironically, and I mean all of it is satire, me talking about, prejudice ranking, and like everything is coated in a thin veil of humour. But what wasn't funny was when people don't find it funny. Because as soon as your fun impinges on someone else's fun, then you need to rethink what fun is. You know, it's the same as like tolerance or human rights. As soon as your human rights impinge on someone else's, then they're not anymore. They're not human rights anymore. So, anyways, I kind of got prophetic there. But you know how I love to make everything philosophical. At the end of the day, I'm proud of the game I've played. I'm sad that it was cut short, and I'm sad that I couldn't give myself fully and make the merge and, you know, continue being the intense confessionalist that I am. But I'm proud of my showing. I'm proud that I'm now involved in this community. I'm pleased to say that I find some finality, and I have got something out of playing this org as well. I'm pleased to have met fantastic people like BNQ and Vulture and Benny and so many other rad people. Fantastic people. I was going to say fad-tastic people, but that sounds like a fad. No, fantastic and rad as one word. I'm sorry, Musette. I hoped to do better, especially because I know that this is your org, you know. And so, well, it's just like, at this point, I felt like I'm almost letting Muse down because I just wanted to do a good showing for her. And also, just the concept of being donated to. Thank you so much, Manly, if you're watching this. I wish I could have pulled it out more, especially for my brother and Autism New Zealand. But at the end of the day, I can say I am very proud. The only other people I have to thank are maybe myself, because I've given myself so much to this and I still can leave with my head held high. And, I mean, the entire community, really. Yeah, as I say, I've met some rad people this time round. Gimp as well, I'm pleased to join you in the 16th place club here, that's really fun. Yeah, at the end of the day, what it is happened. You know, I can't change the past. Maybe I could have targeted Layla because she's kind of inactive, and at this point I've realised I don't know anything about her. Xavier, I feel incredibly bitter to, and am honestly questioning all of the kind things I said to. Because, yeah, for like the entire tribal council period, I was being so sweet, and it was just like, there was so much emotion there, and for me to hand my heart on a silver platter, and it to be stabbed like that, really hurts. I feel like Brenda at the end of Caramel, where she's like, it hurts. You know, like that energy. But I mean, not asking people to take out their fake teeth, because that's just fucked. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you have been watching my video confessionals, I love doing them as much for myself as I hope you get out of them too. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. Catch you on the flip side, if there is one. I think my next orgs, if anything, will be Dollar Viver, maybe Same Viver, we'll see. But yeah, I'm pretty much done at this point, I think. I think I'll resort to hosting Lad Viver and otherwise just doing some stray edgics here and there, like for Visionary. That's very fun. So yeah, that's that from me. I don't really know how to finish this, it feels weird to say. But yes, thank you CharitORG for having me. These have been my final words, and this has been my final confessional. And this is the final sentence I'll say in this confessional channel.